Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your always great support in this channel. I don't take it for granted. Personally, I'm grateful and I thank the Almighty God for this life. Back to our political discussion. Now, Kenyans, the replacement of Rigathi Gachagua is really creating political chaos in this country, more so in the other side of Mount Kenya. As NTV is coming up with the people who might replace Rigathi Gachagua, I'm even very shocked that even the former health CS, Mutahi Kagwe, are among the first forefront men who have been shortlisted to replace Rigathi Gachagua. Then it looks so strange that even Cecily Mbarire and Anne Waiguru might the people who betrayed Rigathi Gachagua most over his impeachment motion, which was done to in the parliament. The other person is this man called Ndini Nyoro, the MP of Kiaru constituency. He's also have been shortlisted as the man who might replace Rigathi Gachagua. And let's listen to this video clip on whatever the NTV News have come up with over Rigathi Gachagua replacement. Then I'm going to pick 1 or 2, 3 points. Why do you think William Ruto still might need Mount Kenyan help over his deputy replacement? Though there are some rumors that Ruto might pick Musalia Mudavadi, and I had also said it. But today we want to concentrate at the central, and let's watch whatever they are telling us.
Breaking speed at which things are moving in as far as the impeachment process against the deputy president is concerned only points to one thing. That is, that the country could have a new second in command sooner than expected if the courts will not overturn the verdict of the legislature. Already, NTV has learnt that there is intensive lobbying amongst potential candidates, with highly placed sources affirming that the position is going back to the Mount Kenya region. So who's next? Our senior reporter Ibrahim Karanja analyzes the names listed against their profiles.
Amongst members of parliament, there are loud whispers that had President William Ruto followed their advice from the 15th of May 2022 when he was selecting his presidential running mate and picked Interior CS Professor Kithure Kindiki as his number 2, then this process of impeaching Rigathi Gachagua would not be here. That whisper affirming that indeed the law professor is top in mind amongst legislators and a wide selection of Kenyans as the one to replace Gachagua. To buttress his chances were the wide endorsements already received from 13 members of parliament from his Mount Kenya East backyard, 48 from Mount Kenya West, a section of MCAs and elders from Mount Kenya East. If Kindiki is picked, then it adds to his profile after serving for 2 terms as Senator of Tharaka Nithi and now as a cabinet secretary handling one of the most important, if not the most important docket in the country. Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru is also touted as a possible replacement for Gachagua. Being the first and only lady to have served 2 terms as a governor, Waiguru will make another first if she is picked as Ruto's deputy and becomes the first woman deputy president. In this exclusive interview with NTV 2 weeks ago, Waiguru was dodgy about whether she'd take up the deputy president's position if offered.
If you have no ambition, you have no business being in politics. I have ambitions. The time will come for those ambitions. As a political leader, it's up to you to position yourself and be in a place where you want to carry out the role that you want to carry out.
Only to be endorsed at a G7 Women Governors Forum in her county the following day.
Angalia mbele na sisi tuko nyuma yako.
During an earlier G7 meeting in Machakos, Waiguru had yet again received a resounding endorsement. Waiguro's counterpart in her neighboring county of Murang'a, Governor Irungu Kang'ata, is among the surprise candidates being fronted, with conversations within Parliament saying that a section of members of Parliament prefer the soft-spoken governor who has risen through the ranks from serving as a councillor under the old constitution to being a lawmaker representing Kiharu constituency in the National Assembly, then joining the Senate where he served as House Majority Whip. Those wishing for a Kang'ata occupation of Harambee Annex as Deputy President cite his track record as a parliamentarian and as a governor as his greatest strength. They also state that coming at a time of heightened differences between President William Ruto and his besieged deputy Rigathi Gachagua, then Governor Kang'ata's conciliatory and non-confrontational nature is best placed for a deputy.
Leaders are leaders, irrespective of wherever they come from, and we only pray that they do a good job for the people. That is the real test of leadership.
Still in Murang'a, and Kiharu lawmaker Ndindi Nyoro is still being thought about. While some argue that Nyoro's loud silence in Gachagua's impeachment may be his undoing, others say that it may be a strategy as a possible replacement not to take part in lynching his successor, and so that he can successfully cover as the senior-most leader from the mountain if selected. Nyoro is currently in his second term in Parliament, and his impressive development record in Kiharu has made him an admired peer amongst his colleagues, with some trooping to his constituency for benchmarking. Yet Nyeri County too does not want to completely lose out on what they believe is rightfully theirs. Some players are pushing for former Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe to take up the position. Last in the list is Embu Governor and UDA Chairperson Cecily Mbarire. For President William Ruto, the appointment will be beyond satisfying the region, but getting a number two with whom he will effectively serve with for the remainder of the term. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV.
Now, this is just a political suicidal happening in UDA. And as you know that politics is always well planned, well drafted for any politician to achieve whatever he or she wants. William Ruto might do a very political, we call political mistake on not listening to the people giving him advice. And he's going to do the worst mistake as the president, impeaching Rigathi Gachagua forever. When I said forever, is that Rigathi Gachagua to go to Madeira. That is what I mean. And if it happens so, then Rigathi Gachagua is going to form his own political party, as I said earlier. If Rigathi forms his own political party, then he might be supported by Kalonzo Musyoka over this movement. Allow me to divert this into our political discussion. Why Ruto is interested on Mutahi Kagwe and even Anne Waiguru. Before I carry on, ladies and gentlemen, may I take this golden chance to thank you so much for your always great support in this broadcast. And to the new subscribers, I want to appreciate you and thank you, because if it was not your subscription, then this channel could have not reached where it is as of now. We are still moving forward and hoping that the promise which we made at 5,000 subscribers target is going to come to an end this month. Allow me to divert into this political discussion. Before I carry on, consider to give this video a thumb of like. Now, you've listened to that video from NTV. The people whom have been mentioned are the enemy who surrounds Rigathi Gachagua. We must begin by saying that. Because you can't tell me a living human being having troubles at his work or her work station, then the boss himself having interest to select the same people whom he have worked with or whom she have worked with. Are these people not the enemy of this person? So those who surround Rigathi Gachagua are people whom have been mentioned there. Because someone like Anne Waiguru, Mumbi Waiguru, is capable even to advise William Ruto. Someone like Cecily Mbarire was loved by Rigathi Gachagua very much. What about Mutahi Kagwe? And so on and so on. So this is just a political clash in Mount Kenya. And there's no one seems to have interest on Rigathi Gachagua. When I talk about Ndini Nyoro, leave about Kimani Ichung'wah. Ndini Nyoro is a betrayer. He's a betrayer, a very big betrayer. He's just distancing himself over Rigathi Gachagwa's impeachment. But he has that interest to be the deputy president. Today, if William Ruto appoints Ndini Nyoro to be the deputy, it's going to work. As a flower girl, not just a deputy. A flower girl deputy. Because obviously I know William Ruto is having interest. This one I'm telling you, whether you like it or not, that he is having interest to replace Rigathi Gachagua with Musalia Mudavadi. And it's going to happen. Save this video. People like Mutahi Kagwe are just being misused. They are just having interest to misuse them and dump. And that is a political nature. It normally happens in Africa. If you go to other places, it's happened. If you go to other places like Uganda, it's happened. So you can't lie. That is the reality. Yes, that is it, as Ruto is set to appoint the former CL Health, Mutahi Kagwe, as his deputy. Is it going to work? Because I know he can't appoint Anne Waiguru with 1 or 2, 3 points. Reason. He can't appoint Cecily Mbarire. But Mutahi Kagwe he might appoint to divert the Nyeri people's attention over whatever he did to Rigathi Gachagua, because Mutahi Kagwe is coming from Nyeri. So it is a kind of that grateful. He is trying to reach the people of central Kenya. Even if they will give him 100 votes, it's enough for William Ruto, because he is well prepared. After that deal is done, then it is that way. I'm waiting at the IBC. How is Ruto going to represent himself? His deputy. Assume Rigathi Gachagua fired today, impeached today, or even next week. I'm waiting how Ruto is going to write his deputy, his running mate. That is what I'm waiting for. Him also, he might think that he have done what? He is safe. That there's no one safe here. All of them are not safe. It is all about just giving them time. Ladies and gentlemen, drop your opinion at the comment section below. I wish you all the best and thank you so much for staying tuned in this broadcast. Bye bye.